If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.
Sports are easy to disagree on. Let's see what happens when sports talk hosts talk about something they agree on.
No, hold on. I'm saying drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds.
Well, I disagree. I think drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds.
Come on, man. Wait, I think we're saying the same thing.
Oh, so what do we do now?
Everyone agrees that drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings by new customer surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2020 and May 2021. Potential savings will vary.
Warning, the following content may contain elements that are not suitable for some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello, kiddies. This is yours duly, John Kassir, the voice of The Crypt Keeper. And you're listening to Slasher Radio.
You are listening to Slasher Radio. My name is Mikey Bones, and as always, I'm joined by the marvelous Cat and the wonderful Rob Humphrey. What's going on, guys?
Nothing. Just been sitting around waiting on you guys to start.
Oh. Listen to the Easter eggs is all I could say. While you can. Guys, we are revving up for the semifinals and the finals. Don't do it.
He didn't.
I was waiting on you.
Rob, don't do it.
I was waiting on you.
Okay, don't do it.
I thought you were going to do it.
The Murder Madness Tournament.
Of the Lord Humphrey Cup.
God damn it. I'm going to start bleeping it. And we figured the best way to do it, well, it was really Rob's idea, shockingly enough. The best way to do it would be to have a little panel on. We could talk about the tournament a little bit in general and really make sure we get the winner of this tournament right. And we are joined by some guests, EyeRChris, Camp Counselor Greg, and Amber. Ladies and gentlemen, what's happening?
What's up, guys?
Hello.
Rob, this is one of the best ideas you've had because I still hate the other two.
And Rob, I'm kind of liking the whole Lord Humphrey's Cup. That's kind of got a nice ring to it.
Right, I know. That's what I think too. Yeah.
I'm not even going to make fun of it. I'm not going to call it something like the Hobo Rob Red Solo Cup.
Amber, what the hell, man?
What? It's got a good ring to it, Mikey. I can't help it.
Yeah.
If you would have called it the Bones Cup or something, or Chalice or whatever, that would have been good too. But it went with Lord Humphrey's Cup. That's got a ring to it.
Yeah, you put Lord in front of my name, it just sounds right, Mikey.
I wouldn't go that far, hon.
First rubber and now this.
Uh-huh. Remember, I asked you, Mikey, about how I could apply to be a saint, and you never got back to me about it. So
I'm still looking through the paper.
Okay.
It seems extensive. Yeah. I know you're overqualified, Rob.
No doubt.
Wow, what an asshole!
No question. All right, well, we're not going to do a news segment today. We don't got no voicemail segment today. I'm sure there's a lot of opinions going around, and as if we haven't heard enough on Twitter, we would like to ask you guys. I don't even want to ask. We wanted to hear some of your bigger contentions with the list. Because as everybody's seen, there's been a shitstorm on Twitter about this damn thing. Chris, I know what you're going to say, but you can go ahead and start us off if you want to.
So exactly how many fucking cheat codes were you giving the director to get as far as she did, let alone past Crowley?
Wow.
How many fucking cheat codes?
Was not expecting that.
It's a fair cop.
Victor is confined to his swamp. What is she going to do? Load up a bus with everything there and be like, go nuts, guys.
That's not the problem. I'm going to disregard that as a problem because she's got one of everything. Like, I don't think acquiring Victor Crowley is the problem in this scenario. But before we started the bracket, during the episode, I pointed out that there was a lot of more than any other character on the list. The director was going to have a lot of leeway. Even when I suggested her, I asked what we were and were not going to allow for the tests. And we never came up with a clear answer. So I'll admit it.
No, I wrote it on the spreadsheet.
What?
I wrote the answer on the spreadsheet.
How can anyone read that fucking spreadsheet?
I will stand up for the decision a little bit. And everybody knows how much I hate that damn movie, The Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah, which is a shame because you shouldn't, because it's a great film.
Really? Because it sounded like you're now its biggest apologist.
Absolutely not. That, Greg, though, is an argument for another day. We're not about to do that right now, Greg. We're not.
Okay.
We're not about to do that.
All right. Okay.
I'm not. We got to avoid these minds, these Greg minds. Kat fell into one earlier.
I feel like I'm about to fall in a second one because I will say the director did get a lot of leeway. It's fair.
Okay, but you didn't give anybody else their leeway.
I think we did.
Victor literally revives practically instantly throughout the course of the movies. What can she do to keep him down? Nothing.
Hold on. Hey, Chris, you ready? I know what she can do. Send the big old giant snake.
Yeah.
It eats Crowley. Snake wins. Director moves on.
Belt Sanders through the stomach.
He wouldn't have got that far. The snake would have grabbed him before he had a chance to grab any sort of weapon. It'd been done.
He pulls that shit out of his goddamn asshole. Where did he get an 8-foot long chainsaw? Who the fuck cares? It's a goddamn swamp ghost. And then if you're giving her all the cheat codes, then I'd like to get a redecision on Jason because the second first Pinhead has to kill living Jason. Lightning strikes him. He's revived. Now they have to kill zombie Jason. Oh no, he fell onto nanites. Now you have Uber Jason tearing down his ass.
I just want to point out real quick that Chris went through that entire fucking argument about Cabin in the Woods. He didn't care about Cabin in the Woods and Victor Crowley. That was his setup.
It was a trap. I walked right into it again.
Right.
Well, it started there, and then she's bringing her whole argument was bringing in shit outside of the movies.
Wait, what?
You were bringing in the book lore early on.
Oh, I will admit it had been a long time. It had been a long time since but I don't think I made any arguments. Like, I cited stuff from the book, but I went back after I watched Hellraiser. I rewatched it for the first time in a long time, and I don't think I made any. I evaluated it while I was sober. I don't think it would have changed my mind about the argument. Like, I still feel good about everything that I said. I do, however, I wish I had cited more movie samples instead of book samples. I will say though, it's been hard for me because the books are so good. For some of the lore, some of the source material for these things is so good, and it explains so many questions that the movies only kind of touch on. But I've corrected it. We're good.
Cite one example where he fights on any near that power level.
Oh, what human is going to have the power level of Jason? But he deals in souls. Whatever Jason is something that can be confined. Presumably, he's got some kind of spirit.
Jason has no one.
It doesn't matter. Kirsty didn't have any once. She stumbled into the lament configuration, and she's a million times smart. Listen. She purposely opened it.
She fell into his trap. Jason wouldn't open it. He would step on that box and just go on to the next council.
Touching the box is going to be more than enough to let him through. The box operates itself. The box operates itself. If someone else opens it.
They literally showed in Bloodlines, it doesn't matter who opens it. It's whose desire to open it is. Jason wouldn't give a shit about that trinket. The only thing he would use it for is probably cram it through somebody's mouth.
But then, see, we would run into the same. It's hard. See, that's the way I think a lot of people were looking at it too, Chris. If we got into the real technicalities of it, we're talking one-on-one. If they were in front of each other, you know what I mean? And I truly
one-on-one, except the director brings 90 on one.
Well, that's her thing, man. That's what look what we're dealing with fucking Samara.
By unleashing all the monsters, you guys were talking about Waking the Titans that Jason would ruin the movie. No, it wouldn't, because Jason would never fucking use any of the artifacts. He'd go in there, see an empty cab, and be like, "Fuck this shit," move on to the next one, or he'd find tunnels.
But then there's no win there. It's just that was the problem we were at with Hellraiser, Pinhead, and Freddy, too. It's like it's looked at as Robin said, it's looked at as like a draw at that point. It's like if they were in front of each other, I truly stick to and as much as I like Jason more than Pinhead, I stick to my guns with it because I picture if we have to pick one Jason, it's Jason versus Pinhead. So I would think a zombified Jason would stand a better chance than a human Jason. Now, the zombified Jasons were slower. They walked up and, just kind of stood there and took it in the ass for a little bit. You're only going to take it in the ass so long from Pinhead. And then at that point, like Jason might have just stepped in. It was just a bad matchup, I think. It broke my heart. I argued with these two. I begged, please, let's redo it. And I didn't like it either, man.
And, if we're bringing in if that fight had outside lore, then Savini Jason literally fought his way out of hell, and took Lucifer's 3-pronged dildo.
Well,
just saying.
Man. Hey, now.
Excuse me, bitch.
I don't know, Greg, Rob, Amber. Because
well, see, Pinhead being Jason, fine. Pinhead doesn't beat Carrie. Pinhead doesn't beat Carrie.
Hard agree.
I'm going to start there. Among everything else that y'all have gotten wrong, I'm going to start there.
What the fuck?
Greg is the only person who's drawn the line at Pinhead doesn't beat Carrie.
Right. I know. I'm still trying to wrap my head around that. Yeah. Freddy Krueger, fine. Jason, fine. Carrie, no.
I know. No, because Freddy would have beaten Pinhead.
I really want to fight, but I need to reserve my energy. I feel like
he does have a point. He does have a point with Carrie, because everything in that room is up for grabs for her, including every single sharp object in his head. Every nail immediately goes into the center of his skull.
But she didn't even know how to use her shit, though.
It would have been instinctive, and she would have turned those hooks right around on him, on Pinhead.
She's so good at he's so good at manipulation, though. She's so vulnerable. He could break her. He could. And then he's got access to her telekinetic powers. There's just no way.
Pinhead got beat by an asylum doctor who just basically then ended up trapping him into a statue.
Yeah, but an asylum doctor is not... Carrie had her own strengths, but she was very vulnerable and very sheltered, and Pinhead would see that as a weakness that he could use against her. I stick by that one as well.
I have to agree with Kat on that one, because she even in the movie, you see the back flashes or whatever they're called of her mom saying, "They're all gonna laugh at you. They're all gonna laugh at you." She was just too vulnerable. He would break her in a heartbeat. And the one that puzzles me is, why in the hell did the son of fucking Satan, Damien, lose? This is the son of Satan. This is a child that was born of a jackal that had these powers to just basically drop you anywhere, from an elevator to poisoning you with gas to just basically staring at you, and your head just fucking inside turns to fucking jello.
That's one we haven't heard yet, Amber. We've heard a lot of shit about a lot of matchups. Rob, Damien went out to Damien beat Pazuzu and then went out to Nathan Wallace. But Rob, you had a tough time putting him past Pazuzu. You didn't want to do it.
Well, I think Pazuzu was a weird matchup. That was the whole thing with that. It's weird when you got the son of Satan against the demon.
Yeah, because that's
Son
like
of-
his bitch.
Son of Satan win.
Well, and he did.
Yeah.
Against Pazuzu, yeah.
Yeah.
But how he lost to Nathan Wallace?
Well,
Come on.
I mean, don't look at me, man. I didn't even see that musical.
Rob, you really should though. I know you don't like musicals, but you really should.
Rob would love that movie.
Is it as good as the musical number in The Shape of Water?
Jeez.
What? No.
Are you talking about
He said
Grinding
what?
Nemo?
Pretty much.
No. What? The Shape of Water? No.
All right.
Grinding Nemo doesn't count for anything except for
No,
bestiality.
come on now. It's a good movie.
All right, well, hold on. I want to just get, because me and Kat, I think Rob didn't see Repo, so he was kind of handicapped on that one. But me and Kat both picked Nathan.
I saw. I heard.
Right. I want to hear you guys. Who else is on the side with Damien?
Me.
Chris, you too?
He has literal powers from hell.
Okay, but let me ask you guys this. And then you guys can go. I just want to know this. If Nathan stabbed him in the throat, would he die?
You're assuming he gets that close.
I seriously doubt if he would be close enough to Damien, because Damien is one of them types, even from the little kid, when they showed the little kid, the original and the second one as a teenager, he's very reserved. He's very self-reserved. And I do not think that he would allow anybody to get close enough to him. And I think the minute that, he sensed anything, boom, he's going to blow your brain. Plain and simple.
I will say, I still think I'm not going to reverse my opinion on this, like universally, but I will say I think one of the advantages that Nathan had in the way that I was picturing it is because in a chaotic environment like Repo, I think he could go along undetected a lot more. I think if you dumped Nathan into the Omen universe, I think he probably would not have gotten close enough to do it. I think with all of the chaos and just general depravity of Repo, it would be a lot easier to sneak up on someone with evil intentions.
And I can agree with you on that, Kat. I really and truly could, because I tried to look at all angles of it, but just, this is the son of Satan. This trumps Rosemary's Baby, basically.
This whole thing was marketed as kind of a death match of icons.
Right.
Wouldn't these be taking place in randomized arenas?
Well, even if the arena is randomized, like it depends on how chaotic of environment it is, I think. I think Nathan thrives on chaos.
But it's hard to spring up on somebody by surprise when you're singing a song.
You're only saying that because you haven't seen Repo.
Although music does soothe the savage beast, so maybe he could lure Damien in with the song and then stab him. But would he die?
Maybe you could show him video of him killing Paris Hilton. Who knows?
Oh yeah, I'd watch that over.
But you're forgetting the biggest issue of this whole tournament.
Oh Lord!
You know what I'm going to say? Well, Rob knows what I'm going to say.
Unfortunately,
is that Rubber beats Candyman.
That is the travesty of this whole thing.
Thank you.
Greg's biggest things in this whole tournament is defending Carrie and Robert the Tire. I can't.
And Asami.
Oh God, we didn't even get to that yet, guys.
Love me some Asami.
Do we really have to talk about Rubber again?
No.
Okay, I'm going to skip the Rubber thing, but another thing that kind of is curious with me is you guys have all these people on here, including Annabelle, but you don't have Etta Lorraine Warren. Could you imagine them going up against some of these beasts? Do you actually think they'd win, or do you actually think that they would lose?
No, they would lose to some of these.
They would get their ass torn in half.
Yeah.
Do you honestly think so?
Yeah.
What is Etta Lorraine going to do against Freddy or Jason? Michael Myers. They're going to pull out a rosary, and then Jason's choking that bitch out with it.
Get Chris going.
They have no powers,
Chris.
and they are frauds. I like the movies, but the Warrens are frauds.
I did this purposely for Chris.
Thank you for riling up Chris.
Yes.
Do we need to put a legal disclaimer on that so we don't get sued by somebody?
But no, you know how I feel about Rubber, so we can move past that. Unless Rob wants to discuss it.
I mean, I don't think there's anything left to discuss about it. They were wrong. They've delegitimized the Lord Humphrey Cup, and I'm sad about it.
Chris, where are you in this whole fucking mess with rubber?
Well, I was going to say this whole thing. You picked the one day I have to be sober. So you're getting spicy, Chris, tonight.
Okay. Well, what side?
Here's my thing when it comes to Robert versus Katie. Can telekinesis touch a ghost?
Yeah. What about that, Rob?
Yes.
That's it.
What is there to grab onto? If anything, Candyman is more of a meme than anything.
The hook.
Mm.
If the hook can puncture the tire as you guys proposed, then the hook can be grabbed onto.
Yeah, but can't Candyman? It doesn't he have a solid form? Because whenever he put his arms around
Virginia Madsen.
Yeah, thank you. You know, he literally had a hold of him, and she had a hold of him.
Poltergeist move shit all the time, so not having a physical form doesn't mean much.
It's Candyman. It's not Casper the Friendly Ghost.
He fades in and out of existence all the time. What is physical of him other than him basically using poltergeist level powers to basically punch through things?
I don't want to answer that question because I feel like it's going to be me defending rubber, and that's not the side that I want to take.
Join the dark side, Cat. Come on over. It's nice.
You opened your mouth, you put the subject there. Explain.
He does have a physical form though, because the body's there at the body burns.
Yes.
It implies he has some level of physical form.
Thank you.
I don't think that Robert the Tire wins, but I do think Candyman, I don't think he's there all the time because obviously there's the security camera footage. So he obviously has like some capacity of when he does and does not want to materialize.
So what you're saying, Robert the Tire has to lure Candyman to a tire yard, spill a whole bunch of gasoline, and then drop a lantern.
Yes. And he has to trick Candyman into thinking that he wants to be materialized. Because obviously he has control over the ability, or he would just have like a physical form all the time that would be immune to stuff and not full of bees.
So you're admitting that Robert would win?
No, that's the exact opposite.
Almighty. Robert doesn't win.
All of this really stems around how, even though Mikey hates, air quotes, this movie, he did do some research where bees cannot shred up a tire.
Damn right. Shout out to beachsource.com.
That's my favorite thing that happened during this entire thing. And for no other reason than that, I'm glad we did this stupid tournament.
I'm going to check that form and see if anyone else replied while you guys.
Also, there's also another point I want to bring up. You let Sadako move forward, but Kayako was never killed.
That was my argument with Kayako.
And one of you, I forget who it was, said that she couldn't leave the house, which is a lie if you watch the Japanese films.
I always say I've been meaning to watch the Jap. I've never seen the originals, which I think is fair for a character like Kayako. But, dude, those movies were so bad, it's hard for me to watch it.
No, what you need to do is go watch the masterpiece of Sadako versus Kayako on Shudder.
Yes. Also that.
I don't know about that. But I just see Chucky finding his way. Like, I just don't see Kayako intelligent enough to get around. Like, if Chucky had seen her, I just don't see her being smart enough to leave before Chucky says, fuck your mother, and burns everything down.
Burning the house does nothing. Burning the house actually made the curse worse.
Burning the house did give her the ability to, at least in the, it's been a long time since I've seen Ju-on, but in the later, in the Americanized version of it, burning the house actually gave her the ability to, like, move on, and it did make the curse notably worse. That's why I don't think it's a clean kill for Chucky. I ended up conceding on that one. I disagree.
You shouldn't. The only protection Chucky has against her is voodoo. And nothing in Western magic would affect Eastern spirits. It'd be like the Ghostbusters trying to go up against Sadako or Kyaku. They're bringing the wrong tools.
I don't know. I just don't see... I see Chucky being smart enough to engage and being able to get away from it.
Chucky was beaten by a little kid 3 times.
I think he gets away from it. I think even if he puts a pin in it,
he never wins though. Chucky never should have advanced.
I don't know.
But speaking of Chucky advancing,
oh God,
how did you have him beating Hannibal?
Thank you.
Rob, he changed his name to Lord Humphrey.
Hold on. The moment Hannibal notices something's wrong with this doll, he kills it instantly, pops the head right off. Problem solved. It's a fucking doll.
He'd use that doll as
come on, he's a fucking doll.
No, I think Chucky kills Hannibal easily.
He's one of the most intelligent killers on the bracket.
But that the intelligence, as we've seen, is very important. But I also think being a sneaky, hiding in plain sight, and keep in mind too, who's to even say he finds Chucky first? Let's keep in mind, what him and Tiff did in Bride of Chucky, sneaking around, committing fucking practically mass genocide with all the people they're killing, and in a van with 2 human beings, and they didn't even notice they were real. And when they were sneaking around these places, they weren't even seen most of the time. He could sneak up on Hannibal, man.
Yeah, but
he could.
The biggest argument the biggest argument with that could be though is because they were young. Hannibal Lecter, he's an older gentleman. He's very refined, very educated.
Yeah.
Very charismatic. He would turn that doll into Tupperware. I'm telling you.
If he got the jump, yes.
Again, this is also a death match. I'm assuming that somewhere Lord Humphrey on his throne of skulls is like Chucky versus Hannibal Lecter, round 1. Fight.
I like that.
Oh no.
I just want everybody listening to this right now to know that Rob changed his name in this call to Lord Humphrey. I just figured that needed to be pointed.
Okay.
I don't see what the problem is.
Oh yeah, I can change your name.
Stop it.
All right. I mean, I'm glad that we had to have it out about the fucking, there was a small uproar on Twitter for over a few of these. So, those need to be discussed, but I'm glad we were able to get some other ones in there too. Like I never thought of the whole Damien thing.
Oh, you already started my hashtag triggered census when in the direct messages when I was posting news, like, Chris, don't listen.
Chris trying to be productive, and I got to ruin his day.
So hold on, I have one last question.
Okay.
How is Pennywise not in the final 4?
That was a tough one for me.
Here's the answer. How he wins to the final 4: deadlights. He freezes them and kills them.
But he doesn't. He never fucking uses the deadlights.
He's the closest thing to goddamn Cthulhu in this tournament. You're literally talking an elder god, and taking Carrie out of this fight, you more or less took away the only person who could technically fight him. Nobody else has the Shining.
That damn Shining.
I mean, hold on. I mean, then if that's the case, I mean, him versus Rose the Hat, right? They both have the Shining.
No, she doesn't.
So then
she has an imitation of it.
But she'd be able to sense it, right?
She'd be able to sense him, but much like the Overlooked Ghost at the end of Dr. Sleep, she's not going to do much against a malevolent entity that's out to get her, especially when you consider throughout that whole timeline of her appearance, her and her whole band are starving to death. She's not even at full power.
I'll be honest, didn't see Dr. Sleep, don't really want to. It's a sequel to the worst movie ever made. But if she like hunts that energy, right? And Pennywise has that energy, wouldn't she want to draw his energy from him and make herself and her crew stronger and then maybe overtake Pennywise?
But she's also afraid of dying herself, and he feeds on their fear. He's a bigger nightmare than Rose ever is.
But Rose wears a hat.
But Pennywise, he used the deadlights on Bev in the remake. In chapter 1 from 2017, and then and then at the end of the 90 miniseries, he had them in deadlights, and in the end of it, chapter 2 had Richie in the deadlights, I think.
Yeah.
Right. So all you got to do, that's like here's a quick freeze spell, blinding light. Oh, your daze grabs you and eats you. I mean, Pennywise should be in the final four, but
You assume that Rose gets anywhere near his lair. He has a citywide area influence. She has to run the gauntlet because if everybody has to go through the goddamn cabin to fight the director, they have to fight their way to Pennywise's main body.
Well, hold on though. Wait a minute, because that's a matchup that hasn't happened yet. Who's to say? You know, I mean, he didn't even get to her. Candyman was knocked out by not Candyman. I'm sorry. Pennywise was knocked out by Candyman. Who's to say that deadlight shit works on Candyman?
I mean,
if he takes a corporeal body, which he does, he would freeze him and he would eat him.
And Robert the Tire just has to set fire to Candyman. I mean, that means there's something that Candyman does fear.
Robert the Tire beats Pennywise, right?
No.
Sure. Why not?
He doesn't have enough psychic power.
He can't get caught up in the deadlights. He doesn't have eyes.
Oh, shit.
But he's also fighting something that can turn into a kaiju-sized spider.
I just picture a Goodyear tire shaking in front of a giant spider. Hilarious.
You know what? Hold on. Give me 2 days and I will have an answer to that question.
Oh, God.
I expect a 30-minute dissertation on YouTube.
You know what? I can just do a 1-minute video on TikTok. I'll be fine. Because, yeah, I'm on there.
Oh, of course he is.
This just in from the awesome family dinner department. Chicken tenders are a win, and they're now on sale at Shaw's. That's right. Today through Thursday, pick up fresh chicken tenders for only $2.97 a pound. Limit 2 packages. Serve chicken tenders with fries, with coleslaw, with potato wedges. You name it, your family will love it. Pick up in store, or for convenient curbside pickup and delivery options, order online at shaws.com. Shaw's, the official supermarket of the WEEI Red Sox Network. This just in from the awesome family dinner department. Chicken tenders are a win, and they're now on sale at Shaw's. That's right. Today through Thursday, pick up fresh chicken tenders for only $2.97 a pound. Limit 2 packages. Serve chicken tenders with fries, with coleslaw, with potato wedges. You name it, your family will love it. Pick up in store, or for convenient curbside pickup and delivery options, order online at shaws.com. Shaw's, the official supermarket of the WEEI Red Sox Network.
Hey, have you tried Moe's Homewrecker yet? It's a fully loaded burrito, and it comes with this epic new guacamole. Yeah, you heard me. Guacamole. One bite, and you'll be saying, what the guac? Wait, hold up, I said that wrong. It's more like, what the Moe's Homewrecker burrito is awesome. And yeah, it comes with guac. Welcome to Moe's.
You guys, I have a question. I have a legitimate question for those of you who are defending Pennywise right now. It's not to spark up more controversy. It's just genuine curiosity. Did you know how powerful Pennywise was supposed to be based off of either the miniseries or the movies? Did you get that he was an eldritch being? Did you get what was going on with the deadlights, without the book knowledge?
Yes.
Yeah, because I didn't read the book.
Okay.
No, that was too many pages.
Okay.
If it had above 13 and no pictures, I was out.
All right.
I'm with you on that one. I wasn't happy about the Pennywise thing. I just want to go on record. I conceded. It hurt me to do it.
I almost want to submit a submission for a wild card bracket and bring in Randall Flagg, and you sons of bitches.
So I also talked about Randall Flagg because he would have been. It would have been a fun one to have.
Who the hell's Randall Flagg?
From The Stand. But it's not a movie.
He's in The Stand, and also he's one of the main antagonists of the Dark Tower series.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't know no Randall Flagg.
Are we doing left side first or right side first?
Let's do the right side first.
Ooh.
And I just want to point out because I will forget, my grandmother told me that Samara scares the absolute shit out of her. So as much as Rob and me, this whole time, we're getting pissed off that this ring ghost is running through everybody. I mean, I told my grandmother a little about it. She's like, oh, from the ring, she scared the shit out of me. So according to my grandmother, there's nothing wrong with Samara being where she's at, apparently.
I didn't think Grandma Bones was scared of anything.
Scared this dog, apparently her. Yeah, she scared the shit out of her.
I would still argue that Samara and Kayako should be up at both of them. Then we can literally argue who actually wins Sadako versus Kayako.
Well, see, Kayako didn't scare the shit out of my grandmother. So really, wasn't really worth it. I'll tell you what the woman wasn't scared of. Hit me in the ass with a wooden spoon. She was not afraid to do that at all.
I understand that.
Yeah. Ooh.
Grandmas were good for that.
My ass still hurts. All right. So let's talk about this is the semifinals of the tournament right here that we're breaking down. And we have Rose the Hat versus Candyman. What do you guys think?
I say Candyman for the simple fact of Rose the Hat. Stupid name. But no, seriously, I think Candyman would get this one, to be honest, for the simple fact of I think he would be able to touch on her vulnerabilities because he has that way of just mesmerizing you.
Okay.
And I honestly think that if he would get the chance, he would hook her from her belly button to her throat.
I do also think it's interesting that Rose the Hat and Candyman ended up against one another because they do have like similar abilities, I feel like. But I think what it comes down to because they both have like they can both regenerate, they both have psychic abilities, they both have mind control that they can do to an extent. I think Candyman's mind control is stronger than Rose's. I think that's a definite advantage. It's vague at best, but he's less corporeal. So I don't even think she necessarily gets the same advantages to attack him. I think right now, he's got the edge. I think Candyman wins.
Only one of them wears a hat.
I think Candyman would win. I think he's going to draw her in. The real question is she going to kind of devote herself to him? Is she willing to give herself up to him? That's the question.
Yeah, she's going to do that. Have you seen Tony Todd? He's a good-looking man.
Rob's already got half a chub thinking of him.
Yeah, you kidding me?
That is it's kind of a weird advantage because like if they try to draw each other in, I think it's dangerous for her to be drawn to him, and I think it's also dangerous for him. I think it's more dangerous for her if he's attracted to her. So I think chemistry is just either way. It's going to be a bad deal for Rose the Hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he just has that thing where he draws you in.
And I think he also would have the straight up power advantage.
Right.
Yeah.
Just by size alone. Because it's Tony Todd. He's a pretty hulking dude. And I don't know what her height is.
Not Tony Todd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a tiny bit faster, but I don't think it's enough to outweigh.
No, because the minute if he could just get his arms around her,
even if
behind her and get his arms around her, she's done for.
Even if she tries to run away, he can just kind of disappear, then reappear.
Yeah.
Right, to teleport.
And catch her on the back end. And it's
Right.
over.
I should rephrase that. She's faster in like hand-to-hand combat if it came down to it, but he can teleport. Like she's not going to outrun him ever.
No.
No.
Rob, I don't think we're going to get any argument from you on this one. You've been pretty opinionated about Dr. Sleep. Well, I'm assuming you're going Candyman.
Yeah. I Candyman. Yeah, Rose the Hat's a dumb name. It's let it go.
That's the second knock on the name, by the way. Chris?
This one handily goes to Candyman. This fight's going to come down to the whole time she's seeing him in reflections and just dimly lit in the shadows, calling to her, asking her to be his victim. Even if she lashes out with whatever remains of the steam that she has left in her, he has ability to retaliate from range to disrupt her concentration. The bees are going to swarm. The stinging's going to begin. She's going to get distracted. He's going to sneak up behind, and he's just going to gut her.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to argue that one. The only chance I would give Rose the Hat a puncher's chance in this one, and that's all she's got. She's got one shot at a pure kill in one go, and I don't think she nails that on Candyman.
Her best chance would be if she could do what Danny Torrance did after the events of the Overlook, and she can lock psychic beings in boxes to where they can't affect her anymore. The problem is she's more of a wild beast. She's not disciplined in that manner. Her best chance would be basically unload every ounce of her psychic power left and hope it's enough to take out King.
Yeah.
And if she does that and it fails, then she's just a starving vampire on the verge of death.
Mm-hmm.
I would be interested to see a scenario where she has to where she has to use her tracking abilities to try and find the mirror and take it to the Overlook. But realistically, it's not practical. I don't think she would win.
Yeah, but as you mentioned, him teleporting, he may appear in the mirror. Doesn't mean he trapped in said mirror. He could just every time she locks in where he is in, let's just say it's an empty warehouse. Every time she comes close to locating where he is, he's on the other side of the building.
Yeah, just not practical.
Well, shit, man. It's a clean sweep for Candyman. Wow.
Oh, you mean you don't want to be the guy that gives the total skunk and I'm going to give it to them just because I feel bad?
Absolutely not. Well, hey, man, some of them, and it's not even feel bad, it's respect for some of them. All right.
Yeah, there's no respect. The respect ends by who's standing over the body.
How she made it past Creeper still beyond me.
You're forgetting in part 3, with one eye, he got a collateral using a spear.
Are you talking about the goddamn part 3 of Jeepers Creepers right now?
Yes.
Whoa, come on.
You reviewed it, you bitch.
I know. And what we talk about for fucking half hour a hose. God, that movie.
Even I don't like that movie.
That says a lot. Yeah, that says a lot.
But it's still not on my top 10 worst movies ever made list. So
if Rose the Hat loses her hat, does she have powers now still, or is she just Rose?
She is just Rose, but she does still have her powers, yes.
Okay.
The hat's just her trademark.
Yeah, she's not Frosty.
Now you know how I feel, Rob, with the Invisible Man, with the fucking suit. You don't like the hat. I don't like the fucking suit.
I actually do like the hat. The hat
it's just the
compliments
name.
are very nice. Yeah, it's just the name I don't like.
Oh.
Like the hat itself is fine, but it didn't need to be part of her name.
All right. Well, there goes my theory.
You need to leave that suit alone.
Stupid fucking suit.
Maybe more people need identifiers like that. Jason the Mask, Michael the Knife, Freddy the Butterfingers.
I knew a guy, Jimmy the Brajol. Does that count?
It's up there.
All right. So Candyman moves on. I'm very happy about this. Very, very happy about this. Now we have a pretty complex matchup. It's Samara versus Pinhead. I don't know where to begin.
I'm scared. I'm scared about this one. I feel like
I'm already triangulating your IP address, Kat.
I know. I can feel it. I can feel the resistance on this. I don't think Nensha is going to work on Pinhead. I think he wins.
Did you say ninja?
Nensha. It's the it's what Samara uses. It's Samara's powers. It's an astral projection form. It's
You got that from watching The Ring? Because I don't remember that.
The American version of Samara is weaker than the Japanese one.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's I don't think did the American version even have a name for what it was called?
She was psychic.
Perfect. Yeah, I don't think her psychic powers. Essentially, what Samara does is she has the ability to psychically burn images onto video, and and into people's minds. It's why, I at least I believe it's why she doesn't need weapons. I believe it's why the bodies look so messed up. I don't think that something that can just psychically overload a human is going to work on Pinhead while he's in his Cenobite form. I'm not sure it would work on him normally. I feel like anyone who has the capacity to be a Cenobite is maybe not someone who can just be psychically overloaded to death, but I think especially just given his power, and also we talked about this with other things. I feel like Samara is someone who also can be tricked. She wants attention. She wants her story to be told. There are desires that Samara has that I think are going to make her a little bit more vulnerable against someone who knows to look for them. You know what I mean?
Okay, but I get a question for you, Kat. And I love what you're saying there, but she would have to play with that configuration thing to get it open. Now, with her psychic ability, she could tell that that's bad. Would she really do anything to open it to bring Pinhead out to her? Or
Amber, I'm gonna take a lot of the variables out because apparently the argument of Jason opening the thing, well, he just has to touch it. No,
I would.
Let's say
they're both out in the open.
Somebody's opening the lemon configuration, and just as it starts, he hits play on the VCR. So now, Pinhead has seen the video. Samara's after him.
Just like the rules of horror films are kind of out the window because they aren't really based in reality. We have to take that out of the equation.
It's the perfect setup for this genre. That's a good.
Yes.
I honestly think then that Samara could probably beat him because she could get inside his head.
Except for she can't. She can project into his head, but that's different. Like, she doesn't.
Yeah, but she could project shit into his head that it probably, from when he was a human form.
But that's the thing is, like, she can't read his thoughts. She can project her cursed thoughts into his head. We have to, like, the only way that she wins is if her cursed thoughts are on their own enough to kill Pinhead.
Oh, okay. Well, then you know what? Right? I retract that because I honestly think that Pinhead would take her then.
I was going to throw this one up in the air, and that kind of leads into it. And I need an answer to this. What the fuck does Samara do? And I know Kat kind of touched on it. I get that. But, like, is there anything else? Like, what does she actually do?
She's a ninja.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that she just has the ultimate power of, like, she just scares you to death. Like, you are just in utter shock. You're frozen. You stay there, and then you die. Ergo, Pinhead sees this, kind of like Deadlights, and dies. Samara wins and moves on.
Except for, I don't think there's nothing to indicate, and maybe like it's going to be speculation because all of the or most of the screen most of the deaths in the American rings are not shown, so I could be like way off base about this, but just based off of what we see in the ring, I feel like she's not drawing materials, like she's not playing off of their individual fears. She's showing them things that she's afraid of. I think those things have to be scary enough to kill Pinhead, and I don't think that they are.
It depends on what version of Samara we're talking about here. The overall thing is that she has so much latent power that when she was being researched, she developed a huge hatred for everybody around her.
Right.
That basically focused her thoughts that she would rather all these people die.
Dude, I can so relate to that.
Then when she was betrayed by her mother and locked in the well to drown, that was her basically experiencing fear for the first time, and basically the only time being helpless. She would basically come out of the TV. Pinhead would more or less be confused. Let's just say the first psychic assault, Pinhead is momentarily stunned, but then he tries to unleash all the chains. She's made out of television static. There's nothing for him to hit. He flashes out with his knives. There's nothing to hit. She goes in for a second blast, and she doesn't let it go until his mind literally shuts down. He can't physically harm her. There's nothing to hit. She's static. He can literally blow up the TV. She's still in the room, and she won't ever stop. She's one of the few unkillable ghosts. There's nothing that could stop her. And I mean, you talk about wanting her story told. Her story's now out on the internet. She's now worldwide, baby. She's viral.
Except for, I think Pinhead is one of the few people because she's a manifestation. I don't want to call it a soul necessarily, but she's like a spiritual manifestation. That's what's left of Samara. That's what's committing these acts.
It's
I
her
think
psychic
Pinhead,
presence that's left.
I think Pinhead, more than anyone, is equipped to deal with torturing and or containing or killing someone that has already lost their physical form.
But you're talking about Pinhead, the Cenobite. And,
yes.
And in the second film, it proved that somebody with a more dominant mind, a more focused mind, can take away his powers, revert him back to human. Now he's just mortal once more. He was taken out like a bitch. Accept it, cat.
So, oh, no.
Wait a minute. Now I'm stuck on something because I still don't know where the fuck to go on this. Is she really like once she comes through the TV? I always assumed she was, she was there. Like, are we really giving her the static? Like, I don't know.
They've shown her doing the static bit before. The only thing, when she comes out of the TV, you can still see the scan lines from the CRT television, and she still bursts into white noise periodically. She may appear there, but that's just her psychic presence. There's no physical body.
This is where Damien swoops in and blasts them both to hell.
All I'm just saying is, if Kyaku or Pennywise are still around, it'd be a different argument.
Rob, what are you thinking about this? Because I'm lost.
I think Chris is confusing Samara with Horace Pinker from Shocker, who, by the way, we should have had in this tournament.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fair.
What a great overlooked gem Shocker is.
No protagonists. They should be in their own cup.
That's true. You know what? Yeah.
How do you have an ultimate fucking iconic slasher movie bracket and not have Laurie Strode and fucking Ash, dude? How do you not?
Because they're protagonists.
If you wanted that, you could have had the final girl cup.
Yeah. Ash is my favorite final girl.
Yeah, right.
No, you can even throw in Herbert West in there.
I don't know. That's beside the damn point. Anyway, Rob, I don't know. Like, where are you at? Because I really am up in the air.
I'm still leaning towards Pinhead
more than ever. Yeah, I'm leaning slight. It's a 1% lean because, dude, this is the hardest one for me yet.
Yeah, like I'm leaning Pinhead, but I could be convinced.
Right. Like I just don't see her being it because I think the fear thing is probably the best point for Samara. And
but how does he land the killing blow?
I don't know, but I don't see Pinhead giving a fuck that she's standing there in front of him. Like that whole shock and all. We've seen it in Scary Movie 3 for crying out loud.
Oh yeah, that's right. She got her ass kicked in that movie.
She got her ass whooped.
Yeah,
Brenda fucked her up.
Yeah, Scary Movie, the Necronomicon of Wikipedia for horror movies. Yes,
right. I know. Right.
Yeah, that's canon, right?
Okay, so just a quick question for you, Mike.
Yeah.
Pinhead has died in the film, right?
Yes, a couple times, I believe.
Okay, has Samara?
Nope.
There you go.
Okay, but
she's undefeated.
But these defeats aren't like, okay, so Pinhead has been reverted back into human form. He's been beaten the shit out of multiple, like, I get it. I get Hellraiser 2 is a weak spot for Pinhead.
He died on his home field.
Jason did too, though.
But Jason did too. Freddy did repeatedly. Like,
yeah.
It happens. I think the thing is that Pinhead comes back. He repeatedly comes back.
So does Jason. So, ergo, Jason wins.
No, this isn't about Jason. This is about Samara.
I just want to point
Chris,
out,
it's always about Jason.
Seriously. I just want to point out to that. I think an important piece being missed in that, because it's hard to knock slashers for dying. It's going to happen. Look at how easy it is to kill Pinhead in that realm, like to kill. He died by getting stabbed in the throat or wherever he got stabbed, and he died, right? Look at the shit you have to go through to kill Samara. You got to look at horses and lighthouses and all this shit, like it's a lot different of an avenue to get there.
Pretty as Doug Bradley is, he's not going to pass off as Samara's mommy. She's not going to have any sort of attachment issues to him.
See, I don't know that. See, I don't even know the avenue of that. I don't even know.
And all those images that's what's on the videotape. Once she's out, she's essentially just an entity,
right?
And she will just freeze you and kill you. That's it. It's over and done with.
So we're saying the entity from It Follows wins.
Oh God, no, Jesus, no, God, we're done with that. No more.
I'm just saying, Pinhead is fucked a lot. I mean, he's got to be on the It Follows entity list somewhere.
I will say, Probably the entity could have taken out Pinhead.
Yeah, probably.
Like I wouldn't even have much of an
I
argument.
mean, that fight would literally just start up, and Pinhead's like, "No, the gonorrhea is flaring up again."
Not for nothing. Imagine what the entity would have done to Ash. Oh, Lord.
I was waiting for that matchup.
That'd have been perfect. Anyway,
you imply that Ash has ever gotten laid?
No, that's my point. He'd have all the reason in the world.
Hold on, in the TV series, he did it with some girl in a bathroom.
That's what I'm saying. It follows probably has been with him for years, and we don't even know. He's just been fighting it all this time. Anyway, there's some really strong points on both fucking ends, man. But like Greg just said, that freeze thing, I granted some of it's her psychic ability. I get that. But I think a lot of it's fear. When I watched The Ring, that's what I got from it, was fear.
I think they're in two different arenas. I think that it's, and the question is like whether or not, because she is very, very good at manifesting that fear. I think if there was a training montage for Samara where she like started scaring demons to death, I think she could get up to that point, but I don't know if like Pinhead at his full power, I don't know if the fear that she's used to having to manifest to kill a human is in the same realm of fear that it's going to manifest, that it's going to require to kill Pinhead.
Now, all I want to see is that training montage of Samara punching like the side of beef and chasing chickens around.
Honestly, it would be great.
But Pinhead works in the realm of flesh. Samara goes for the soul.
He rips souls apart. Like, I think you're getting awfully caught up on the visuals of Hellraiser. Those are souls that he's torturing.
But when they first encounter, they're not already in hell. He's first dealing with the flesh. He's got to kill to get them down to hell first.
But now here's another thing too, that we didn't even get into. It was a big part of the whole Freddy Krueger deal. Samara is, I mean, she's, I'd imagine she's got a special place in hell.
She exists in her video.
But she's an entity, dude. She doesn't only exist there. I would think. I mean, guys, correct me. I'm just throwing this up in the air.
You could argue it's not even a soul that's walking around. It's literally just a manifestation of her power.
Yeah.
Yeah, but somehow her soul would have to be connected to it. And, Pinhead is the type that he'll take a soul and he could always just pull her soul out and then boom, she's done.
My thing is, like Kat said, she needs to manifest fear. It's going to take a hell of a lot more for somebody like Pinhead. And not only that, I don't think Pinhead's given her 5% of what a normal person would, So it's like she needs to manifest more. He's going to give her much less.
I think the first time Pinhead pops a boner when she starts laying in on the psychic imagery, she's just going to go all in.
Yeah, but I just don't think it's enough.
Rob, how do you see Pinhead kill? Because you said you were leaning Pinhead. If you're still leaning Pinhead, how do you see it going down?
I think that what Amber said is the closest approximation to how it plays out in my mind, that Pinhead is able to grab her soul and then it's over.
Son of a bitch. All right, guys. I'm probably going to go Pinhead. What do you guys think? Who else is with me?
I'm with you on Pinhead.
Yeah, go Pinhead.
Kat, I mean, I probably shouldn't have to ask.
No, I'm voting Pinhead.
Greg, where are you in all that? I mean, you made arguments for both sides.
I still believe Samara wins, so I'm in the minority. Awesome.
All right.
I can't picture a scenario Pinhead wins.
Cool. All right. Come to the dark side. We have cookies. Or at least I have cookies.
Ooh.
Are they special cookies?
Chocolate chip only.
All right. That moves Pinhead on, I guess.
Now, what about Pinhead versus a big group of ninjas, guys?
What is with the ninjas?
I'm
tonight?
really on the ninja thing. That I don't know. I got excited when Kat said ninja.
Are we talking standard run-of-the-mill ninjas, Batman ninjas, or magic ninjas?
Little Ninjas, the movie.
Oh, that's a good one. Little ninjas, yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. We could get matching ninja suits, Rob.
That'd be all right.
Yeah, that's not
Could they be
bad.
Taco Bell ninja suits?
Nope, you fucked it up. Great. That we had a moment for a minute. We had a fucking moment. You ruined it. All right. Well, dude, Samara has fucked shit up royally in this thing, and I mean, guys, regardless of which side you're on and all this, I mean, are you surprised that like Samara would be one of the last characters I would think to pick if I had to just pick a random person that I would think would be in a final four of a horror bracket? It wouldn't be Samara. You know, it's an out of the way pick, but when you start matching them up,
I think it was a good run for Samara.
Yeah,
she's got the body count to buy the ticket into the competition.
Yeah.
Have you thought about having the World Series of slashers?
Holy shit! Look at what Amber. We're not even happy about this one.
Well, this is the Lord Humphrey Cup. This is like the first bite of the apple.
So now you got to do more tournaments.
Right.
I have my own chalkboard. I'm good.
Great for that.
And yes, I did name it the Lord Humphrey Cup. Why? Because you guys named it that.
No,
if you had come up with a different name, I would have put a different name.
Murder Madness
for the Lord Humphrey Cup.
I'm not gonna lie, it does sound good. It does sound good. I like it. So it's catchy.
I mean, you're talking like the World Series, and we keep calling it the Lord Humphrey Cup. Now I'm just picturing a whole bunch of slashers playing hockey.
Jason would win that one.
And I'm saying the Crystal Lake Slashers go all the way. The ice is completely caked in red, and Jason's just holding the Lord Humphrey Cup above his head. The pinhead skull inside it.
I just picture Jason standing in front of a goal and pucks just annihilating him, and he's not giving one shit about it. All right, guys. So we got the final setup. It's Samara. Why do I keep saying? I'm so used to saying Samara now. It's Pinhead versus Candyman. And before we get into that, we gotta throw a shout out to our friends at Earth Echo Foods. They're I don't even know what to call this thing exactly. They got so much going on with it. They're a company of superfoods, and they have all kinds of shit like supplements for chocolate. They have actually something called the Golden Superfood Bliss. They're pretty much, this is like the most organic that you can get. It's pure, and it's like I just tried mine today. Thank you for them sending them over. Rob and Kat are still waiting for theirs, unfortunately. It's a powdered chocolate is the one that I received, and I actually made a cup of hot chocolate with it. Just try it out. You can get a whole recipe book that they also have that you can buy. I think it comes free with certain things that you buy also. You can make this stuff with anything. You make coffee with it, hot chocolate like I did, cakes, truffles, brownies.
They got all sorts of stuff on their website.
Right. Banana muffins. Jeez.
Yeah. Look at all this stuff they got. They got a frother.
Yeah, I got the frother. And
you did?
I almost tried it yet, but I couldn't find a fucking battery. So I didn't try it yet.
And the ceremonial mug is cool. Look,
dude, that mug is nice. It's like a stone mug. What they had sent over was, I got a little cookbook or recipe book. I got the mug, the frother, and the bag of the Choco Bliss.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I mean, guys, I forget. I think it's vegan friendly. I mean, this is, like I said, organic. And summer's coming up, so this is also healthy. You could use it as a dietary supplement. So you're going to be treating your body right. You could even lose a couple pounds while you're at it.
Lord knows I need that.
Right? This pandemic's been mean to everybody.
No.
This has not been good at all. So go check out Earth Echo Foods. And they have 100% organic choco beans. And they said it had naturally kissed by the sun.
Nice.
Sweet Jesus.
Holy shit.
Sun kissed. I love it.
I know. Oh, wow. I mean, they don't get more organic than that. The sun is kissing it, for crying out loud. They have stuff like MCT oil, coconut oil, sea salt. I mean, these are the kind of things, cinnamon, black pepper, that they're using. and it tastes phenomenal. It's a great supplement for actual chocolate, and the best way you can get it. It tastes great too.
Now, the question is this, Kat, are you going to add it to your coffee when you run it through that weird mad scientist thing you have?
Yeah, if there's a recipe for a weird mad scientist coffee, I will have it.
All right.
I mean, there is a recipe for Choco Bliss coffee mocha latte.
Oh, yeah, I'll have that.
That sounds good.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like people are making peanut butter cups with these things. My kid better not fucking touch them. So yeah, go to earthechofoods.com, and guess what, guys? You can even save yourself a little bit of money, 15% off when you use the promo code Minute15. So go check them out, 15% off when you use the code Minute15. Save yourself 15% and treat yourself right.
You mean I could stock up on snacks and save money too?
And lose weight while doing it. What the fuck?
Come on, that's a win-win-win.
Yeah. To tell you the truth, I've been thinking about I spend so much money on lunch. You know, like when you really think about it, you spend $12 a day on lunch, sometimes 15, depending on where you go. And you're spending all this money. Like if you buy a couple bags of this stuff, like I've been thinking about doing shakes and stuff. It's cheaper, it's better for you. I mean, this is perfect for that. So
can you put it in booze?
I would imagine you can make a nice, what do
You
they
can
call
put
those?
a mocha latte. You can put Bailey's in that, and it's going to be
Exactly.
good.
Okay.
What do they
I'm
call
down,
it?
man.
An Irish what?
An Irish coffee.
Irish coffee.
You know, there's another one, Irish cream or some shit. I don't know. It's with Bailey's, like Kat said.
Yeah.
The recipe book is crazy. Like I wish I knew how to bake. I really do. So sucks for me.
This just in from the Awesome Family Dinner Department. Chicken tenders are a win, and they're now on sale at Shaw's. That's right. Today through Thursday, pick up fresh chicken tenders for only $2.97 a pound. Limit 2 packages. Serve chicken tenders with fries, with coleslaw, with potato wedges. You name it, your family will love it. Pick up in store, or for convenient curbside pickup and delivery options, order online at shaws.com. Shaw's, the official supermarket of the WEEI Red Sox Network. This just in from the Awesome Family Dinner Department. Chicken tenders are a win, and they're now on sale at Shaw's. That's right. Today through Thursday, pick up fresh chicken tenders for only $2.97 a pound. Limit 2 packages. Serve chicken tenders with fries, with coleslaw, with potato wedges. You name it, your family will love it. Pick up in store, or for convenient curbside pickup and delivery options, order online at shaws.com. Shaw's, the official supermarket of the WEEI Red Sox Network. This just in from the Awesome Family Dinner Department. Chicken tenders are a win, and they're now on sale at Shaw's. That's right. Today through Thursday, pick up fresh chicken tenders for only $2.97 a pound. Limit 2 packages. Serve chicken tenders with fries, with coleslaw, with potato wedges. You name it, your family will love it. Pick up in store, or for convenient curbside pickup and delivery options, order online at shaws.com. Shaw's, the official supermarket of the WEEI Red Sox Network.
Anyway, all right, guys. So this is a hell of a matchup here, and this is the finals of the Murder Madness tournament
for the Lord Humphrey Cup.
I hate you so much.
It's marketing genius, Mikey. Why do you hate it?
I can't wait till this is over, so I don't have to hear that anymore.
Until next year.
Well, I'm looking forward to it.
Fuck off!
The finals of the tournament are Pinhead versus Candyman.
So the person who knocked out Jason Voorhees against the one who took out Robert the Tire.
Holy shit!
This whole thing has been a conspiracy against me.
Oh, I did not realize that at all. This cat, we couldn't have planned this if we tried.
We could not.
I'm so mad at you guys.
Wow.
But I'm so glad that it happened.
Rob, the world really is out to get you, bro. Like, for real. Wow. Okay, that's hilarious.
So last week was a really rough week for me. I had to vote against some of my all-time favorite slashers. I lost a lot of my all-time favorite characters from this bracket. I was outvoted on a few of them. And I just want to say, before we go into this, I have a strong opinion about this one. in terms of like what I believe, but I'm gonna be happy walking away from this. Like we've gotten to a point where I feel like if no matter who wins this bracket, I'm gonna be okay. Like they've come a long way, and I'm kind of proud of our top 2 slashers, guys.
Me too. But hold on a second, guys. This just turned into a triple threat, and it's Pinhead versus Candyman versus the Leprechaun. What do you think of that?
Versus Santa Claus?
No. That
the Leprechaun with the run-in.
Only if Crowley resurrects and then Jason just sits back up.
Well, I saw him outvoted in this, is what you guys are saying.
And Freddy comes back and he should have won the goddamn thing.
And at the end, everyone's head explodes and they all fall away. And in the middle of the group is Robert just vibrating.
I shouldn't have fucking said that. Backfired very quickly.
You walked right into it.
I really did. I just got like tag teamed 3 times in a row. Anyway, 4 times actually. It's fucking Santa Claus. All right. There's a lot of different elements to this, and I think we're getting into a more deadly version of Pinhead's last round. Obviously watered down with the psychic ability and all that, but nonetheless a more deadly version. So what do you guys think?
This is also an interesting one because I think regeneration versus invulnerability is an interesting matchup. I think they both have that psychic element. I like that both of their psychic powers rely heavily on manipulation. I think that in the end is going to be what it comes down to. Pinhead has like some good, I guess they both do have some good physical advantages. There's the hook is very brutal, very good at being wielded. The chains are also very good. I don't think they're going to make much of a difference in the grand scheme of things. I don't think this is going to be a physical fight, like between the two of them.
I don't know. I kind of disagree with you on that. I think it's going to come down to physicality because of the simple fact of they both have this manipulative power, but you've got 2 alpha males. Do you honestly think they're going to work that against each other? No, I think this is going to go on sheer physicality. Now, given Candyman the way that he is, when it comes to the chains and stuff, I seriously don't think it's going to really phase him because of everything that he went through. I mean, his whole story is he was tortured as you know, what he was. They cut his hand off. They swarmed his body up with nothing but bees. Whenever he does open his coat, you can see that, you know, he's missing. You can see his ribs. You can see his spinal cord and stuff like that. I honestly don't think when it comes to the chains, they would actually work on him. But what I do think may work on him is when it comes to a physical altercation, Pinhead's a sick, perverted motherfucker that likes it. How are you going to stop that shit? He might bend him over and fuck him. I don't know.
Oh, you say that, but you assume Candyman wouldn't land a killing blow hands down.
How though? That's the thing.
How? The hook goes straight through the mouth, down through the jaw, and Candyman just pulls straight down, degloving his chest.
But do you honestly think that's going to affect Pinhead?
Candyman also isn't great at instant deaths. He's good at very violent, very brutal deaths, but a lot of his victims don't like die instantly.
Right.
Well, I'm not saying it's a quick fight. I'm saying this is going to go on for. This might be the one that goes to round 10 as far as the fight goes, because Pinhead in the real world is a physical being. He doesn't quite have the advantage of being able to teleport around all the place. Candyman's ethereal and can move around almost freely like a spirit. Whenever the hooks do land, he can just phase away. He's going to vanish.
That was going to be my point of it. Is that's the thing that sticks out to me the most. If he does hook him, you know, I think Pinhead's thing was when the hooks came apart it hurt the hooks and it debilitates you. But when the hooks come apart comes the damage. Those hooks aren't going to come apart because as soon as they hit the Candyman's skin, he has that ability to, yeet out on them.
He doesn't have much skin anyway.
That too.
I can imagine as the fight goes on to round 9 and round 10, when Pinhead refuses to be Candyman's victim, Candyman's just going to have enough of this emo white boy, and that's just when he goes straight for the killing blow.
What if he doesn't though? Hear me out. What if Pinhead doesn't refuse to be Candyman's victim? What if Candyman is like, "Hey, be my victim," and Pinhead's like, "Yeah," and then like kills him, or doesn't kill him? Like, what if he just takes him down to hell with him? Like, and then.
No, it sounds like you're writing a slash fiction here. Academy, be my victim, yes. And then Tony Todd and Pinhead just start making out.
But
I wouldn't mind that.
Here's the thing, though, is that like, what if they did? Like, I don't want to think about it, but it's not outside of the realm.
You don't want to think about Tony Todd's perfect skin rubbing up against those nails.
I don't.
But we're going to. All of us are here in a minute.
But now everyone forever is going to be thinking about it.
But whoever's listening out there that has art skills, draw it.
Oh God, no! I'm shutting down the email.
I don't think it's outside of the realm of possibility that Pinhead has. Oh God, there's just no way to have this discussion that doesn't sound like I'm encouraging this like slash fiction idea. But
well, the reason you don't have your webcam on is because we just see you there with your little Cenobite plushie. Like, yes, you're going all the way, my precious baby boy.
That aside, I just threw it away. I just like put it in my desk drawer, so because I've been called out. But I do wonder about it because like if Candyman has, they have like similar weaknesses, and I just think that like if for whatever reason he's trying to lure Pinhead out so that he can kill him, and Pinhead's just like, it's gonna be hard to phase Pinhead is gonna be the thing. So like if there's any kind of manipulation going on there, Helen was able to, and Helen had an advantage in that Helen was very much Candyman's type, but she was able to like inadvertently burn his physical form to death, and she didn't even have to worry about getting him stuck there. If Pinhead can just distract him long enough or promise him things or get him talking, like Candyman's kind of easily sidetracked in his physical form.
Does he really have a physical form outside of the said skeleton?
Kind of, yeah. He burns to death.
The fact that he just moved around as a ghost. He burns to death because his victim stayed with him.
Yeah, but like Pinhead could also stay with him, is the thing.
So we're saying it's a double knockout.
No winner of the Lord Humphrey Cup, guys.
That would be how a Lord Humphrey Cup goes.
Hey, don't besmirch the Lord Humphrey Cup.
So Kat's up there with draw because she says that's the only way that he can take out Candyman is to basically seduce him. And the fan fiction's writing itself.
I'm just saying that a lot of your argument was that Pinhead refuses, and I don't necessarily think he does.
The only fair thing to do is to start over, I think.
Oh God.
You were talking about two alpha males. Do you really think Pinhead's going to submit? Because if he submits to basically being his little femboy, then I'm sorry, that's going to lose him rank in hell.
But who's to say, to be fair, even if Candyman would try that shit?
Again, Pinhead's not a beautiful white woman. He's just meat in front of him. That's
what I'm saying.
And he would probably see, if we're going to his history about being tortured to death. Last I checked, Pinhead's history he was a very much a German. So during a not so cool era.
But keep in mind too, Pinhead is not. Helen was a beautiful young blonde woman. Pinhead is not. So I don't think Candyman would even consider that route. Rob, where are you on this one?
I'm right in the middle. I'm waiting on someone to say something that lets me know what I should think, and none of you are smart enough to do it, apparently.
Okay, hold on. I have not spoken yet.
Oh God. Here we go.
Well, yeah, if ever there were a voice of reason.
What an introduction.
Okay, so I feel your pain, Rob, because it's the guy who took out my favorite versus the guy who took out my other favorite. Should be Robert versus Fred, but we won't go there.
No, I don't worry.
Okay, so what exactly is Candyman? Is he an evil spirit wandering the earth? Because if he's a spirit and a soul are essentially the same thing, which means Pinhead takes the soul and beats the shit out of it. Pinhead wins. End of story. And I don't like that decision, but I have to take my personal bias out of it.
Right.
That's all I got. Rob, I hope that helps.
That actually makes the most sense of anything anybody said.
Yes!
My question is, what is Pinhead? Because I'm stuck on that too, because he is a spirit, but at the same time, like, he's such a true to form slasher, that it's like, what is it?
Isn't he like he's Lord of something? I can't remember. Kat, I'm looking at you.
The cup?
Oh, a lord of something. I was going to say that he's a pioneer into the what was the thing into the realms of further experience.
Where on the demon scale does he lie?
To me, the way that I take him to look at him, in that type of perspective is like, how you got, is it St. Peter at the gate? Okay, you got Pinhead at the gate of hell. And he's basically the one that's going to give you your boot camp. He's like the Arlie Emery of hell. He's going to put your ass through boot camp. You might blow his head off, but this bitch is coming back right at you.
But somebody would have to reopen the box.
Not necessarily if he's already kind of like, he's got some sort of demon-esque in his ability of what he does. When you put him and the rest of the, what are they, Cinnabon? What are they called?
No.
Cenobites.
Okay. I mean, if we're using these, then while all this fight's going on, Chucky runs through and Kyaku's after him, and she just takes out everybody.
And where's the leprechaun coming?
He doesn't.
That green bastard died a long time
dead.
ago.
God damn.
Leprechaun got shotgunned by Ash. He was stuck. Now he's being sold as a garden gnome on aisle 5.
Wait a minute. Hold on, Chris. Let me just get. The leprechaun went one round further than Robert the Tire. I just want to point, and Jason Voorhees.
Out of pure bias.
Well,
no.
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Leprechaun does beat Jason. Let's be clear here.
Oh, fuck.
Leprechaun's magic.
I think I gotta. I think I gotta fucking go.
Leprechaun beats Jason. He's magic.
Between Rob and Chris.
And does he beat Robert the Tire? No. Robert the Tire makes his head explode. Problem solved. But does Leprechaun beat Jason? Yes. He's magic. The fuck?
Ash is not magic, and he wins off a shotgun and a chainsaw.
Yes, because you can blow yes.
I just want to point out before Greg gets yelled at by Chris. I'm one of the biggest people in the world for free speech, but Greg, it should be illegal for Greg to speak. Like, it really should, dude. You just argued that Jason would lose to somebody that Robert the fucking Tire would be like, oh my god.
Robert the Tire would also beat Jason. He'd blow his head up.
Oh,
Robert the Tire was slept on by you two.
Here's what happens in the Robert the Tire Jason fight. Robert blows up Jason's head. He falls back into the nanomite machine, and now he's made out of fucking metal.
And you can't wait. And it couldn't blow up metal. I mean, that's what shrapnel is.
Not in the time it takes Uber Jason to walk over and punt him into orbit.
But him going into orbit, he doesn't need oxygen to breathe. He's a tire. And once Jason breaks the glass, Jason goes out into orbit. Jason's dead.
Have you ever heard of dry rot? All the moisture in that tire's gone, and he's dead.
What is happening?
Oh,
the opinions of Greg and Chris are not fully supported by Slasher Radio. I just want to point that
You
out.
employ me, you son of a bitch.
But Mikey, they are supported on TikTok, so you can go fuck yourself.
Good, thank God. Go over there to TikTok. Jesus. All right. Before we go completely full circle here with all these things, let me take a crack at changing Rob's mind. Let me take my shot at it.
all right.
Because I'm leaning Candyman on this one. I feel we've learned a lot. Again, just also the soul thing that Greg mentioned. Although I do see that as a very viable thing. But we just seen, as we seen it with Samara in the last round, Samara comes out of the TV and stands there. Pinhead's going to have, essentially all the time in the world, to do what he's got to do with her soul. Now, that moved him on to here. Here we are. I don't think he's going to be able to easily do that because Candyman is going to be on that ass for him in the process, in one way or another. And also, I mean, Hellraiser 2 really fucking stands out to me, man, because it was, I believe, a shot to the throat. I remember it was gory as fuck, right to the neck of Candyman, and he was down and done.
Like a bitch.
I see a world where Candyman can get that hook to the neck.
All right.
I just feel he presents so much more to deal with than the normal paranormal being.
Did you ask the people on the bee forum what would happen if the bees took on a demon?
I could go ask them if you want.
Yeah, because we haven't mentioned the bees at all.
Okay, so hey Rob, the bees, yeah, Pinhead would like that.
But would he be distracted by the bees?
Yeah, Rob, did I do any type of shifting at all?
Yeah, a little bit. I'm still very undecided here. This is not easy, and it needs to be taken seriously because it's for the Lord Humphrey Cup.
I'm lighting this motherfucker back up because, this is what you do to me now. You've resorted me. I hope you're happy.
Mikey's a junkie now.
I threw my hat in the ring for this one. I did what I could.
So where does everybody stand at this moment?
I was just going to say, I believe if I did the numbers correctly, you're the deciding vote.
Oh, really?
I think I'm with Candyman. Kat's with Pinhead, Greg's with Pinhead, Amber's with Candyman, and I think Chris is with Candyman.
And now Rob stands above the crowd, ready to give the thumbs up to thumbs down. Who lives, who dies?
What are your issues, Rob?
I can see it going either way, so then I need to figure out which one is the right way.
Right. And what's still in question for you?
If you vote Candyman, Mikey has to write a 10-page paper about why Robert the Tire's his favorite.
That's not true.
Well, hold on.
No. Just remember, Rob, this is for the Lord Humphrey Cup.
I know it has to be taken very seriously.
I just feel like I made a lot of joke arguments in the beginning of this. I just want to clarify. Candyman is a lingering spirit. And their powers are, we've kind of talked about this, their powers are very comparable to one another. Pinhead has more domain over spirits than Candyman has over spirits. We've talked about the souls thing. We've talked about, Greg made a very good case on that note. I also, there's just something to be said of, I think Pinhead's powers of manipulation are just, they're a little bit stronger. I feel like Pinhead's, a little bit more motivated in what he wants. I feel like he's got slightly higher resistances to what Candyman can do. I do think this is going to be
one slice to the neck.
I do think I think he's got a little bit of a planning edge in this one. He's more of a like Candyman sees something he wants and he takes it. Pinhead is the engineer.
Wait a minute, guys. We just realized something. Depending on how Rob's vote goes, it's going to be a tie.
I know, but he can shut it down. He has that ability.
Yeah, he can shut it down.
He can shut it down right here, right now. And to be honest, it would kind of be fitting. This thing's been called the Lord Humphrey fucking Cup so often the son of a bitch decides it.
That's because he did it on purpose. He's on the fence.
I know.
So he can be the deciding vote.
He knew all along before anybody else, and he was just sitting and waiting and drawing the drama.
No, I'm on the fence because I really don't know who wins this thing.
And it's paper thin for me.
Hey, Rob.
Yeah.
One last question. You ready, Rob? Which one would you not want to meet in a dark alley? Which one would be worse?
I don't know on that one either.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Seriously?
Seriously.
Pinhead is terrifying, but if Candyman opens that coat with that hook, and he's so big. He's such a big dude. Dude, that'd scare the fuck out of me. Oh, here we go. Oh, there's a bleep. There you go. You happy now? You happy?
Yeah. All right. Here's what I actually think that where I sit right now, and this is a problem for me. I think Pinhead would win, but I really want Candyman to win.
Okay.
I'm gonna vote Pinhead.
Damn. Okay.
Isn't that equal to a double KO?
It's tie.
No, it equals to us fucking talking about the goddamn thing some more.
No, that just means now we have to go back to round one.
We gotta start all over from the beginning, guys. Put the coffee on, Cat.
Boot up the randomizer.
Anyway, I had a fun time at Slasher Radio. Thank you guys for having me for so long.
Yeah, we're not doing this shit again.
All right. Yeah, I mean that's really I think what it comes down to is like I've been struggling over here because I wanted to think of a way that Candyman wins because I would much rather him win than Pinhead. But I just don't see it.
How do you see Pinhead winning? Let's start there.
Well, Greg made the best point in that he grabs souls and Candyman is essentially a spirit and a soul. And it seems almost too easy.
But have they ever shown him using that power in a fast, instant manner? Usually him taking people takes time.
But also, I do want to, this was something that I totally forgot to bring up earlier, because we've had, this has come up on the bracket with Pinhead before, where, like, the longer, it was something that came up in the Jason, I can't believe I'm the one bringing that up right now.
I can't either, Kat.
It was something where hear me out though, please.
Salt in the wound.
Sorry, but here's the thing about Candyman that I think makes him more of a problem with the Pinhead situation, because there is, for many of the people that Pinhead could go against, like they could just bide their time, like spirits, souls can just bide their time, wait for Pinhead to turn his back. That was the argument with Jason, because Jason, you know, could hypothetically have just like waited it out. I don't know what the end game would have been because they're still in hell, but like the longer that Candyman is held captive, like assuming that we can get to that point, the longer Candyman is held captive, the weaker he gets, because he needs people to believe in him on Earth to survive. That's a tie that Pinhead doesn't really need. If people forgot about him on Earth, he'd still have souls to torture for eternity, but Candyman would start to lose his power, right?
Really hard to not believe in somebody when he's constantly peering at you from the darkness.
But he wouldn't. He's dead. All right, he's in a hell dimension. Like that's what I'm saying is like.
No. For this hypothetical fight, it's on Earth. They're in some building or inside of Lord Humphrey's great arena. They opened the box. They made Pinhead say Candyman 5 times. The fight's on.
I might be leaning Candyman now because Chris said Lord Humphrey's great arena.
With golden statues in his honor.
That's the last thing we need is a statue of Rob. It would get vandalized so often. That'd be ridiculous.
I hadn't thought of a statue. I thought about trying to petition a city to name a street after me, but a statue, that would be something.
I'll put it right on my toilet.
We were talking about like end games, and I think eventually, I think Candyman, out of all of the people that we've talked about going against Pinhead, I think he's the only one who eventually loses his standing.
I don't know. He's in front of the great arena. The crowd is watching. Everybody's chanting Candyman, Candyman, not knowing they've damned themselves.
That is fun.
What is frustrating the hell out of me is that throughout this entire tournament, I've been able to see most of these fights play out in my head in one way or another. And this one I can't. And that really pisses me off that it's the finals and I can't see.
In a pure fight, Candyman doesn't have enough physical body to have a long thing, but he can definitely strike at Pinhead because he's solid the whole time.
Just think about it, Rob. Tony Todd standing in the Lord Humphrey's arena.
And just imagine when Tony Todd comes on to a new episode, you get to say that you declared him the greatest slasher of all time.
Don't tell Tony Todd that you compromised the Lord Humphrey Cup. What are you doing?
Hey, they need a way to apologize for Mikey asking who wins Leatherface or Rubber.
Okay, so I have a Candyman question.
Okay.
If he didn't just disappear while somebody was holding him, did he? Did that ever happen in one of the movies? Because I don't remember when he was holding someone that he just disappeared from their arms like a ghost would.
I'm pretty sure that he's been holding people as he's vanished as they're looking in a mirror.
Yeah, because if you think about it, in the first one, he had his arm around Virginia Madsen,
Mm-hmm.
and she had just broken out of the hospital and stuff. And when he put his arms around her, they teleported into a different room, into the room where the baby was, because she had to.
But wait, the security camera footage, though, said that she was there the whole time, right? Interpreted that as he's taking her there in her own mind.
But she was there.
She was there.
She was there.
But so was he.
Right. They were in her mind.
Yeah.
Essentially. Which means taking Pinhead to another dimension wouldn't necessarily matter because he's still the Lord of Pain. So if he's still the Lord of Pain, he's then going to cause Candyman pain in another dimension.
But
Ergo, too much pain, Candyman eventually loses everything, loses all strength, loses his mind.
That's where you're wrong, because this is a man that was tortured.
Here's the thing, though, is you can, think of, that's something that Pinhead can offer Candyman that nobody else can, is he can show Candyman how to turn that experience into more power. Power is something that Candyman seeks.
You can't sit here and not deny that he didn't have a very painful death. I mean, they chopped his arm off, and he was like this amazing artist. They took his livelihood away from him. Then they doused him with honey and bees, and anaphylactic shock can take a lot of time sometimes.
I mean, look what happened to Nicolas Cage in Burning Man.
Chris loses a point for bringing up Burning Man.
Also, it's Wicker Man.
But if Pinhead is the Lord of Pain, he's just going to inflict even more pain than what he already was used to. Hold on. Then once he's put so much pain, Candyman is just going to give up.
No, that's where you're wrong. Because if that was true, he wouldn't still be getting victims, because I'm done with pain. I have no, he's been there, done that. There's nothing more that Pinhead could do to him to take anything else away from him.
If anything, hurting him would remind him of his own death and make him possibly more enraged and powerful.
Possibly more enraged and powerful, except for his power doesn't come from rage. It comes from
devotion.
Yes.
All I know is if I accidentally pissed off Tony Todd, I would just look for the quick way out.
And also, if you want to look at it, it's also revenge, because he also lost the woman that he loved. I just don't think Pinhead could do it.
I think Pinhead is uniquely equipped to do it. And also he could, because that's the thing, is it's not really a revenge killing for Candyman, though. And it should be. He suffered tremendously. And I think Pinhead could make him suffer more. I think the torturing of someone's soul is more than we as humans can comprehend. I think even the most painful of deaths, which Candyman undoubtedly experienced, on so many just horrible levels, I think Pinhead could outdo it. I think the soul thing gives him that advantage. I think it gives him that edge. But Candyman, regardless of whether or not he had that capacity for revenge, but he kills for desire. He kills for once. I'm not sure that even if he was reminded of the person that killed him, I'm not sure it would be that complete turnaround.
This just in from the Awesome Family Dinner Department. Chicken tenders are a win, and they're now on sale at Shaw's. That's right. Today through Thursday, pick up fresh chicken tenders for only $2.97 a pound. Limit 2 packages. Serve chicken tenders with fries, with coleslaw, with potato wedges. You name it, your family will love it. Pick up in store, or for convenient curbside pickup and delivery options, order online at shaws.com. Shaw's, the official supermarket of the WEEI Red Sox Network. This just in from the awesome family dinner department. Chicken tenders are a win, and they're now on sale at Shaw's. That's right. Today through Thursday, pick up fresh chicken tenders for only $2.97 a pound. Limit 2 packages. Serve chicken tenders with fries, with coleslaw, with potato wedges. You name it, your family will love it. Pick up in store, or for convenient curbside pickup and delivery options, order online at shaws.com. Shaw's, the official supermarket of the WEEI Red Sox Network. This just in from the awesome family dinner department. Chicken tenders are a win, and they're now on sale at Shaw's. That's right. Today through Thursday, pick up fresh chicken tenders for only $2.97 a pound. Limit 2 packages. Serve chicken tenders with fries, with coleslaw, with potato wedges. You name it, your family will love it. Pick up in store, or for convenient curbside pickup and delivery options, order online at shaws.com. Shaw's, the official supermarket of the WEEI Red Sox Network.
Yeah, but you're missing part of the picture. You're missing the part where you've got 2 alpha males going against each other. Candyman ain't gonna think of desire. He's gonna think of all the shit that he's had done to him, especially if he does try to torture him.
Okay, hold on. Counterpoint. Maybe last one. I'm not sure. Okay, so Candyman is just evil spirit essentially. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Called an evil spirit versus a demon. Which is greater on the scale? Demon, evil spirit. The answer is demon. Pinhead wins.
But see, how can you actually say that whenever you got hoodoo coming at you? Not voodoo, hoodoo.
Okay, demon trumps hoodoo.
No.
Yes.
No.
Actually,
you guys
hoodoo,
do just as bad.
hoodoo and trap demons. Voodoo and trap
But
demons.
it takes a lament configuration to get Pinhead to stop being on Earth. It takes a mirror. It takes breaking a mirror to get rid of Candyman. Like, the power differentials are really what's tripping me up on this one, because it just...
Well, you know what? We've all made valid points.
Right.
But it comes down to, again, this is the Lord Humphrey Cup. It comes down to Lord Humphrey himself. Now, buddy,
God.
let me tell you. Let me ask you a question, because you've heard all these validated points. Has anything swayed? Can you make your final decision and call it?
Well, I'm not the only one who can be swayed here, though, because we're tied.
But I have an unfortunate outcome.
Uh-oh.
I didn't switch. But I don't like this. I didn't switch. And I can't believe I'm saying this. But Greg actually made a point that brought me back to 50%. And I'm still, I got the fucking collar pop to Candyman still, but I'm at 50%.
I cannot believe that you were doing this right now. You're trying to steal the spotlight from me and put it all back on yourself, are you, Mikey? Oh, okay, I get it.
It's still your vote that did it, though. I'm back to 50. My vote's off the table now.
I just remember, when the arguments all started, Kat's first response, as far as any debate, is it ends in a double murder.
That is true.
Why does it have to be a double murder? Why can't they decide to be friends? Maybe move into a nice little flat like the Odd Couple.
Well, they would move into a nice little flat, and then they set it on fire, killing them both.
Yeah, get matching Taco Bell tracks.
Yeah, I would watch that show, by the way. If that was a television show, I would watch it.
That's the real outcome I want from this bracket. How do we make that show happen?
Big Brother, except for killers.
Don't get me started on Big Brother.
Oh, good Lord, please don't.
Anyway.
Yeah, what was the argument that swayed you?
Greg's point of Pinhead being able to outlast Candyman. That's a hell of a point. And the only way I've been looking at it was Candyman getting that shot in. And although I think it would happen, but the reality of the situation has to bring me back to what if it doesn't? And there's, there is room for if it doesn't, for sure. I think if it really does go a little bit of distance, Candyman's like Mike Tyson in this thing. He's not going to be able to go the full 12 rounds with somebody the caliber of Pinhead, I don't think. So I'm back in the middle.
Are you trying to tell me you don't think Mike Tyson could take out Pinhead?
Oh, absolutely. But we're not talking about Mike Tyson. We're talking about
All right.
Candyman don't have that bob and weave and then he's in your jaw, you know?
Yeah. All right.
It's a different story now.
Just so we're on the same page there.
Right. Agreed.
Yeah, but neither does Pinhead. He just stands there and lets his minions do all his work. He's a middle manager. He barely does anything himself.
Hey, I mean, when he needs to though, it's on the table, you know. And again, I'm not happy about it, but I think I have to just fucking go for a 50% and a draw, dude. It was really that fucking close for me, you know. But that distance thing, man. It kind of like I said with when we talked about it goes back to Amanda and Laurie Strode again. That other side of the fence is such a wide margin for me with the distance thing that if it's distance, I don't think Candyman wins at all, as opposed to it being close.
And you were talking about that one shot. That is not the kind of killing that Candyman usually does.
No. Well, yeah, right. That's true too. Yeah, that's true.
I'm not saying he couldn't do it, but you're
Right.
like, it's not one of those. You said you think he definitely gets that kill shot, and I'm not sure he does.
Doesn't he slaughter a whole bunch of drug dealers that threaten his object of focus?
But they don't all instantly die. Like,
She blacks out and wakes up in a room with like 3 dead bodies all around.
but they bled out. Like, we don't see them bleed out. I assume, based off of the other deaths that we've seen, because she blacks out. It could have been 15 minutes. It could have been like 5 seconds, and they're all instantly slayed, and I'm wrong. It could have been like hours.
Have you seen the size of that hook? If he just gets that into your gut and swings left or right, it's just bowels coming
But
out.
that's if he gets it there.
Yeah, if.
And again, I'm
but
not
he
saying
doesn't.
it's guaranteed, but I would give it a 65% chance he does.
And in that scene in question, she blacks out. So we don't really know what happened. She could have just killed them all herself.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, so who wins?
I think it ends with a fucking Pinhead win, man, because Rob tied it with Pinhead. So if I'm retracting, it goes to fucking Pinhead.
You're not allowed to change the vote when it after the Emperor casts his ballot.
I have to though, man. Like I said, everything is so close for me, but the only thing that has a wide margin of victory for either side is that distance. And if everything else is so close in my scenario, but then it goes to that, it's over. You know, it's so close, but I think Pinhead fucking takes it, man. Just be on my front for me with that alone. You know, it brings it back to narrow for me.
I think Pinhead wins too. I'm not happy about it.
And I'm not happy about it because I love Candyman. But yeah, fucking Pinhead wins the whole goddamn Humphrey Cup.
Should have been Robert the Tires turning at the tape.
No.
Mikey, you're going to have to explain this to your boy Tony.
I'm not going to tag him in this tweet.
You think I won't?
Oh, no.
Oh, you snitching bastard, you. Wow.
Hey, I'm the editor. I got to report the news.
I might have to block Tony Todd.
Or he may block you.
I know. If he unfollows me because of all this, I'll be beside myself. Like this whole tournament would be oh God.
That was the longest debate I think we had about. I mean, that took as long as one round, I think.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's why I said this is the fight going to round 10.
Yeah. I mean,
it's that close.
This ain't no Jake Paul boxing match.
Oh God.
I wanted Pinhead to win it. Or Candyman to win it, but I don't. Everything points to Pinhead in my mind. I guess that's it. Pinhead has won the Lord Humphrey Cup, the most prestigious award in all of horror.
I'm not even fighting this shit. You know, it's on the last episode. You finally broke me down. At the end, I couldn't make it even.
I want it on the record. I didn't do like any. I did my best not to pander to Rob for the votes, but you know what? I'm in a good mood. Lord Humphrey Cup to Pinhead.
God damn it, Cat.
Yeah, I love it. Everybody's on board. This is
No,
great.
I'm not. I'm off the boat.
You guys do realize he's now going to go to a trophy shop and actually make the Lord. Humphrey Cup,
absolutely. We're going to have to mail it to Doug Bradley.
Oh, I'm sure he'll put it on his mantle.
I'm disappointed. I thought I was gonna get mailed to my Cenobite doll, but that's fine.
Right. I'm gonna count how many times that shit was said in the show. By the way, I should bleep every time.
Oh, stop it!
No, what you should do is go through and get it all, put it into a YouTube video, and just call it the Lord Humphrey Cup Supercut.
Into a super YouTube video. What do you think I've been doing all fucking day? Jesus.
This is the bonus video. How many times? And just have like a little counter every time it's said.
South Park style.
All right, guys, that's it.
That's it. This was, honestly though, I do like that we did this. It's kind of like almost like a reunion kind of sort of the 100th episode, which is kind of cool in itself. But most importantly, and the real guts of this whole tournament is fans being passionate about these guys. And I've always said that horror characters, they just have that deeper connection with their fans than any character from any genre. And I think we proved that today. And I think we proved that throughout this tournament with everybody on Twitter, from Nesto to Jinkster to everybody here and a bunch of other people. I mean, I've seen people we've never interacted with before going on and on about this thing. So I think that's what this is all about. And, as much pain as it caused, I do think it was kind of fun.
Yeah, especially since we did get to honor the Lord Humphrey's Cup.
Amber's got fucking up.
And
on top of that, like, most of the best points were made by me.
Oh, look, Greg, yeah, I will give a hat tip to Greg. He brought some stuff this episode.
Of course, yeah, he always does.
Yeah, he brought it.
Greg definitely brings it. He brings it in two bags. One of them is the good bag, the other one is the shit bag. You don't know which one, which bag he's gonna throw shit at you from.
No, it's either the right bag or the wrong bag. And your tournament proves by Freddy Krueger not winning the whole thing that it's the wrong bag, but that's fine. figures the Lord Humphrey Cup would go to Pinhead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Pinhead's worthy of the Lord Humphrey Cup.
Too bad he's not worthy of good sequels.
No, not at all. It makes sense to award a trophy named after me to a pervert.
There's a lot of irony going on this tournament towards you.
Now, I think final thoughts on this whole thing is I am glad we did it, and I look forward to never doing it again.
You are glad we did it, though.
I mean, I guess.
No, seriously, this was a great idea, you guys. No, it's
gotta be defended every year now.
This really put a platform out for slasher radio when you think about it, because I mean, who else is going to do this shit?
We didn't even want to fucking
nobody else was dumb enough to do this.
Yeah, after about 4 rounds of this thing, we didn't want to do it anymore.
And then next time you can actually put better characters in. I don't know, like Sam from Trick or Treat.
I still
like
say
Sam.
World Series slashers.
Listen, that little demon kid, whatever it is, yes. Oh, fuck shit up.
Yeah, I do like Sam. We also we missed Bones from the Snoop Dogg movie.
Yeah.
Oh, we did. And 420 was this month. Man.
What the hell, Mikey?
I know. My bad. Yeah, I should have caught that one.
It done fucked it up.
Yeah, right. Kat, do you have any final thoughts on this whole shit kabibble we've been doing?
No, it's one of those things. I'm glad we did it. I would be okay if we never did again. This time next year, if I had to do it again, I would rally, but I'm no sooner. This was stressful. It was hard. It brought out a very competitive side of myself that I don't like. And
I didn't like it either.
But that's fair. That's more than fair. But I think it goes to what you said. Like, the fans get very passionate about these characters, and that's
what it's about.
Yeah, you know what I always say: "Fuck the fans."
He literally does say that all the time. Look, guys, everyone listening to the show.
Yeah, I got a little pillow made that says that.
I could so picture Rob going to sleep in a pair of Jason socks, laying his head on a "fuck the fans" pillow. I really could picture it. It was perfect. All right. Well, that is fucking it for this damn tournament. I actually do have something exciting to announce. I don't know exactly if it should be announced yet, but fuck it.
What?
Oh, Rob hasn't checked his Twitter.
Is there something I should know?
Yeah,
there's something you should know. Jesus Christ! Yeah, go ahead. Let Jesus.
Jesus, you guys did a lot of talking while I was asleep.
Yeah. Wait for it.
It's almost like you should have been awake and prepping for the episode.
Pray and prep, okay?
Yeah, right. I'm drinking tequila and smoking a joint. What the fuck prep do you think is going? I was making hot chocolate 2 minutes before I had to send you guys this link.
Oh wow, okay.
You see that, Rob?
I do see that.
Right.
Hey, Mikey, can I say something?
Yes.
I just want to say thank you, man. This was really cool bringing us all together, and especially for this episode. And I just want to say thank you, man. I appreciate all that you do. You and Rob and Kat.
Especially me.
And Chris, you know I love you.
Hey, it's the first episode you've made it to the end with me sober.
I know, right? That's so weird because our hundreds, I was stoned out of my mind and drunk. You were drunk.
I was blacking out by the end of it.
Yeah, would you join a program, Chris?
Hell no.
Okay.
Winners never quit.
But no, I think that's that, and I not for nothing. It was really Rob's idea. You know, like it goes into stuff with just planning the show that we got to do, and it's like a couple of matchups, even though it turned out not to be. But it's a short show, got to fill time, blah blah blah. But I mean, we like spending time with you guys, man. Like we try and interact on Twitter the best we can and all that with everybody who listens to the show. And yeah, I mean, we spent our 100th episode, with everybody. Like that was. I mean, we've had big episodes before. John K. Sear sent in something for that, and like it was a good time and all. But I mean, I think the most fun was just spending it with you guys. Even though, or as Rob says, fuck the fan.
Yeah, fuck them. All right, so okay, that's a cool announcement that you're going to make.
It was more news to Rob than anybody else.
Yeah, it was.
So, oh shit! Now I lost the fucking email. Yeah, I don't know if this really should be announced yet. It at the worst case scenario, it would be a premature announcement as far as the date it's going to happen, but it's looking like next week we are going to have Stephen Chiodo on the show, the director of Killer Clowns from Outer Space, the writer for Critter 3, and the special effects for all the Critters movies. Ernest Scared Stupid, one of my personal favorites. So this is going to be awesome that we're going to get to talk to him. And there's been a lot of speculation about a new Killer Clowns from Outer Space movie. So
looking forward to that.
Maybe we'll get some background on that. I don't know, but that should be next week. We're still working with Steven on his schedule and all this stuff. So it might be later on, but it's looking like next week. So.
Yeah. And if that's not next week, then we'll be talking about the movie Slacks.
Yes.
Fuck me.
Yes.
Oh God, that's a good movie.
Well, we both had a surprise today. Right? I didn't know that was the backup plan. Good to know. All right, guys. So go check us out on Twitter at Slasher Radio. Go to slasherradio.com. Check out all our interviews. Poor Tony Todd. You can check out our interview with him a while back. Runner up for the Murder Madness tournament.
Lord Humphrey Cup.
There you go. I didn't even have to do it. I love it.
I stopped for a second. Really was happy you did.
It's sweeping the nation.
Go check us out on Twitch. I throw down on some Friday the 13th. Been whooping ass lately. Just want to mention. That's Twitch TV /Slasher Radio. You can follow me on Twitter at Mikey's Dead. Rob, where are you at?
You can find me on Twitter at Radio Rob123. You can listen to my other show, This Horror Life, wherever you are listening to Slasher Radio.
Very nice. Cat, where are they finding you?
You can find me on Twitter at cat_velour, VOLEUR. Also, check out the channel I write for over on YouTube, Blood Binge.
And her wacky Friday the 13th character rating.
I did not know you guys were going to get that mad about that one.
It's Crazy Ralph. Everybody loves Crazy Ralph.
I love Crazy Ralph. It doesn't make him a good person. It makes him a good character.
I want you guys to know real quick. I know we're wrapping up, but I want you to know I woke up at 7:30 in the morning after being up until 2-something in the morning, sitting on my toilet, reading about Crazy Ralph in this fucking Twitter DM. It was the most, I was so annoyed with both of you that was even in existence at that point in time. It was the most ridiculous argument. Anyway, Chris, Greg, Amber, thank you guys so much for joining us today. It's fun as always.
Been a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Chris, you guys want to let everybody know where they can check you out on Twitter?
On Twitter, I'm at EyeRChris, and I do occasionally write for Slasher Radio when something in the news is worth my attention.
Or if you feel like typing out demonic taint and publishing it for the world to see.
I'm hiding it in the code at this point.
I have to reformat the whole site now. Right. Greg, Amber, do you want to give them your shiznit?
Sure. It's Never Quit 6 on Twitter.
Very, very influential.
Yeah, well, I don't plan on quitting.
And you're on TikTok, too.
And I am on TikTok.
Yeah.
TikTok.
What's your TikTok?
Darth Gregor.
Of course it is.
Well, listen, you know what it is? It's just a hard question of the day. That's all I do.
Is that Greger or OR, like the Irish guy that punches people?
Like the Irish guy who punches people.
Okay, fair. Amber, where do they find you on Twitter?
Amber Scroggin 6.
There you go. All right, guys. I am so glad this is over. Congratulations to Pinhead. I'm sorry to Tony Todd, Candyman. I'm so sorry. But this was fun. And check us out next week. Good night from Slasher Radio. I'm going to your TikTok right now.
All the best of Slasher Radio podcast.
This just in from the awesome family dinner department. Chicken tenders are a win, and they're now on sale at Shaw's. That's right, today through Thursday. Pick up fresh chicken tenders for only $2.97 a pound. Limit 2 packages. Serve chicken tenders with fries, with coleslaw, with potato wedges, you name it, your family will love it. Pick up in store, or for convenient curbside pickup and delivery options, order online at shaws.com. Shaw's, the official supermarket of the WEEI Red Sox Network. This just in from the awesome family dinner department. Chicken tenders are a win, and they're now on sale at Shaw's. That's right, today through Thursday. Pick up fresh chicken tenders for only $2.97 a pound. Limit 2 packages. Serve chicken tenders with fries, with coleslaw, with potato wedges, you name it, your family will love it. Pick up in store, or for convenient curbside pickup and delivery options, order online at shaws.com. Shaw's, the official supermarket of the WEEI Red Sox Network. This just in from the awesome family dinner department. Chicken tenders are a win, and they're now on sale at Shaw's. That's right, today through Thursday. Pick up fresh chicken tenders for only $2.97 a pound. Limit 2 packages. Serve chicken tenders with fries, with coleslaw, with potato wedges, you name it, your family will love it. Pick up in store, or for convenient curbside pickup and delivery options, order online at shaws.com. Shaw's, the official supermarket of the WEEI Red Sox Network. This just in from the awesome family dinner department. Chicken tenders are a win, and they're now on sale at Shaw's. That's right, today through Thursday. Pick up fresh chicken tenders for only $2.97 a pound. Limit 2 packages. Serve chicken tenders with fries, with coleslaw, with potato wedges, you name it, your family will love it. Pick up in store, or for convenient curbside pickup and delivery options, order online at shaws.com. Shaw's, the official supermarket of the WEEI Red Sox Network.
Why do you guys do this to me?
Krampus.
Because we love you.
Let's not.
Hold on. Just listen. Just like real sports that use real trophies, like the Lord Humphrey Cup, you have to season them out once per season.
You know,
I mean,
I'm really gonna have to now count every fucking time this was said. Like, it's gonna bother me if I don't. So you guys just gave me more shit to do.
You're welcome.
You're gonna count all the times people said the Lord Humphrey Cup. I mean, it's gonna be kind of tough to count all the times people said Lord Humphrey
Is he
Cup.
talking about the Lord Humphrey Cup, Chris?
I'm sorry, wait, the Lord Humphrey Cup?
You mean the the prestigious and most desired award for the Lord Humphrey Cup that everybody wants?
I know that's all anybody's talking about is the Lord Humphrey Cup.
Let's not be mean to Mikey. Let's not say the Lord Humphrey Cup anymore.
It'd be a real shame if it started trending on Twitter.
If that day ever comes, I swear to God, if that's the only thing that comes from this show, I would be furious.
I hope that's it.
No.
Oh. We had way different ideas for the end of that sentence.
No. I better not. If I ever wake up and see the Lord Humphrey Cup trending on Twitter, I'd be so happy and angry at the same time. I might just...
All right, I ordered the Jason plushie, so we're all set, guys.
They also have a Freddy and a Sean.
I know, I saw
You
those.
can get Sean. Oh.
I saw those. But I had to go with my boy Jason.
Good for you.
I was gonna say, I think Fangoria does that, right?
Oh yeah, that's right.
The Golden Rob.
Oh no.
Golden Rob. What the fuck? Imagine just a golden trophy of Rob.
I already am way ahead of you.
That sounds like the trophy you would get for losing a fantasy football league.
Oh, come on now.
It's like the worst trophy ever. It's just a punishment to even have around. The second two. So wait, 3 in total? Nice.
What the hell's this Zoom bullshit?
Hi, Rob.
Are you saying
What's
you
going on, guys?
prefer Zencaster?
I was just surprised, that's all.
Well, it's easier. People are on mobile, and I don't think they support that shit yet.
I'm on mobile.
See? Rob, you just missed Michael Myers getting trashed. Greg admitted that Resurrection was a good movie. And...
What? No.
Whoa.
He
I
said he
didn't say
would
it was
fall
a good
asleep to
movie.
it.
Hey.
I said it's a tolerable film and I can fall asleep to it.
His fucking mic works now. Now it works. Great. Don't let the truth get in the way of a good story, Greg. Leave it alone.
I can't believe you gave up on your boy Candyman like that, Mikey.
Dude.
Threw him
Tony
under
is
the
gonna be
bus.
so disappointed. He's like, I
I
thought
had
we
to
were
put
friends.
it aside, man. Like, dude, like I said, I want the Candyman. I love Candyman.
Yeah, so did I.
He's always been one of my favorites. He was another one. When I was young, my mom loved Candyman, so I watched it a lot. It killed me to do it, but I had to be honest.
Kat's got her little plushie back out. She's like,
I did just find out today, because we were talking about it as a joke, but you can buy Pinhead plushes.
I have the Nika one, or the NECA, how you pronounce it.
I just saw it. And also the website says, welcome to the cuddle cult, which is the most terrifying thing I've ever seen on a web store. I need one.
The hell?
You find the weirdest shit to spend your money on.
Rob, I'd imagine you are part of the cuddle cult. No?
I just found out about it, but I'll be signing up soon.
This just in from the awesome family dinner department. Chicken tenders are a win, and they're now on sale at Shaw's. That's right, today through Thursday. Pick up fresh chicken tenders for only $2.97 a pound. Limit 2 packages. Serve chicken tenders with fries, with coleslaw, with potato wedges, you name it, your family will love it. Pick up in store, or for convenient curbside pickup and delivery options, order online at shaws.com. Shaw's, the official supermarket of the WEEI Red Sox Network.
If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.